So I've finally found some time to get my boat set up. Had it a bit over a week now, and I thought I'd just show you what the footplate looks like when I pull it out and all the different adjustments on it, which I'm actually really stoked to get, because one thing I've learned over my years of marathon paddling is, and I guess for the sprinters too, is the better you can have your foot in contact with your footplate and feel like you're part of the boat, engage with your footplate, is the better you can put the power down. So let's have a look at the way they've got it set up. So straight away you can see it's got pedals. So a lot of us who come from a surf ski background or didn't grow up paddling Tillabar in Australia prefer the pedals. So I find I did try a Tillabar boat, and I gave it about 6 months before I eventually waved the white flag and went back to pedals. I think unless you're growing up doing it, it's not an easy thing to pick up as an adult or masters paddler. So I've got the Bigfoot footplate. So this is for the guys with really big feet. So I've got 12.5 feet, and this is perfect because the balls of my toes rest just below the footplate, so my toes are up here. So when I'm driving really hard, I'm not inducing any steering. And as you can see, they're made to fit well inside the boat. The change from my last boat to this boat is going to a rigid pull bar. Up until now I've had foot straps, and obviously I've done pretty well with the foot straps, but I got in a friend's boat with a pull bar a little while ago that also had pedals, and I just fell in love with the connection you feel to the boat. It's got a really dense but comfortable foam on it. Today what I'm going to be doing is actually changing the angle, so you can see all the different slots on the side here, so I can take the pull bar in, take it out, move it slightly up, change the angle, and I think I'm pretty happy with where it's at as far as its height. What I'll probably do is just want to change the angle, so it's probably just tip the front, the face forward a bit, just so I can get my feet a little bit further up there, or I should say the contact area on my foot is a little bit more across the whole foot and not just at the bottom. The other thing I want to do today too is change the angle of the footplate. So you'll see these two screws here, and you can see down there, you can see I have adjustment to adjust the angle of the footplate. So that's important, again, so you can feel like you can get your heel down to the bottom, your balls of your toes up here, so the whole foot is driving. And on this boat I've got the foot pump in there, so that's going to help so that when I'm naturally leg driving, I don't have to think about pumping. My heels will just be coming on and off there, whereas in previous boats my heels have sat back maybe an inch or so off the footplate, and then when I've decided to pump, then I've had to actually extend more onto the footplate as I'm pumping, and I've got into a bad habit of only doing that with one foot, and I think that's what stuffs me up when I come to get cramping and also causing boat lean. But this way hopefully it's more neutral where I'm doing both heels. So you'll see the basically these two circles here are the guides that run in the tracks, and you can have a look in there. That's the track that it runs into, and then this pin here is the locking mechanism, which is actually on this toggle. So you pull the toggle and you'll see the pin retract, and that's how it's locked in. So I think it's called a power glide, that's right. So you pull the pin and you can slide it backwards and forwards to release that. Now obviously the toggle doesn't stay there. What you do is you just pull the footplate forward and it just sits behind it out of place. But when you want to use it, you just grab the toggle and pull it forward. On the back here you can see the rudder lines come up through the top of the pedal. I've got really big feet and I don't feel them, so they're out of the way, which is good, and they run across down through and then they run forward. So when you, to make it easier to get this out, because these lines are under a lot of tension and they're running forward, so while you can move the plate backwards and forwards, because these lines have got to run through the plate as you're adjusting it, well, you can do that. It's under a lot of tension. What I've done is just undone the adjustment lines at the back here, so that the lines are loose, and then once I've put it back into place, I'll just do them up again and set the pedal angle again. So there you have it. That's the Power Glide Vajda foot bar.